Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today, as this is my favorite presentation to give. We are doing the live demo of the Brilliant system here inside my house. I'm going to carry this laptop around. You're going to see where the Brilliants are here, show you how to add integrations, mess around with scenes, motion, parental settings, all of that stuff, the insights of how it actually works live inside of a home. So no CAN system, working off the Wi-Fi like it always does. This is the real life experience of what a Brilliant can do for you, your family, your clients, whomever it is that you're working with or what you're looking to do with Brilliant. But before we get started, a couple of housekeeping things to take care of. First off, this webinar is being recorded, so if you do have to step away for some reason, completely okay. We get it under these times. You'll get an email tomorrow with an opportunity to watch a copy of this recording, so all good on that front. Additionally, we'll run about 40 minutes or so, give or take. So we will leave plenty of time for questions. We do have someone moderating the questions in the back. So if these are one-off questions, we will be able to get those answered for you. But this is all going to be going through what the Brilliant Control can do. And just because of the number of attendees, everyone is on mute. So again, we will not be able to hear you, but please use that questions thread within GoToWebinar and you'll be able to ask all your questions. We'll leave plenty of time for you, as I just said. So with that, I think we're gonna jump on in. So let me go ahead and unplug the laptop from power, walk you on over as you get a nice tour of the house here, and we are gonna plop down right here in front of this Brilliant Control in the kitchen. I tried to reduce the glare as much as I can by putting all the window shades down. Let's get this a little bit closer here. And perfect. That should be about good for right now. So first off, what you can see right here is this is my Brilliant Control in the kitchen. It is a 2-gang control. So previously I had 2 light switches. We just replaced the light switch with a 2-gang Brilliant. Easy as that. I know it's 2 because I have my 2 little sliders right here. My left slider is for one set of kitchen lights off, and my right slider is for my sink light, which is turned on and off. And we'll be able to calibrate these into something else if we need, because we will have those capabilities. Additionally, this screen right here, this is capacitive touch. So with a single swipe of my finger, swipe up, my light can turn on, swipe down, my light can turn off. And we actually have a 2-finger capability. So all the lights in this room, so maybe not just my kitchen light and my sink light, if I had a lamp or a breakfast nook light, if those were tied in with smart bulbs or with another Brilliant in that same room, I can use 2 fingers and turn all those lights on or all those lights off. And we can go ahead and adjust that capacitive touch. We'll show you how to do that a little bit later. I'm trying to reduce a little bit more glare. There we go. Now looking at the Brilliant Control, obviously you notice those 2 photos, first off of me of the dog and the doggo right there. And the second one is just a hat that was given to me as a gift from my hometown of Danville, California. This is a digital photo album. This can store actually up to 50 total photos, which is fantastic. And if I have multiple Brilliant Controls, I don't have to have the same photos on each one. So I might have a certain set of photos on this Brilliant Control and certain set of photos on another one. Later on in this presentation, I'll show you how to upload the photos from your phone to the Brilliant Control. So you can mix and match. Just a great way for when you walk into a room, just, hey, to see those photos light up as a nice little digital photo album. We've seen kids throw their funny photos up there. Generally for me, it's a lot of the dog and the wife, a lot of us just having a good time and the good memories from there. But we'll go ahead and continue on. So I'm gonna tap the screen and you're gonna notice some things here at the start. Ooh, we got glare from the laptop. Let me turn the brightness down. That should help out a little bit. So we see we have these 4 main tiles here. These are for shortcuts. So whether it be a shortcut to a scene that we create, a scene is a pre-programmed set of actions, or maybe it's a main control like lights or access, something like that. This is completely customizable and we'll get to that. Additionally, on the top, there's an alert. And right now I have the number 1 next to that alert. Might be a little bit hard to see with the laptop camera. That's okay. We also have a little exclamation point next to my Alexa. And the reason for that is I haven't logged into my integrations. So as we get started, we need to make sure that we're logging into the integrations. So let's say in my smart home, I'm buying maybe some Sonos speakers, maybe an Ecobee thermostat, and I have my Amazon Alexa account. I need to log into those accounts first, and Brilliant is the final piece of the puzzle. So I need to set up my Sonos from scratch, get it all set up. I need to set up my Ecobee from scratch, and all that stuff is set up, great. Now come to your Brilliant, And let's go ahead and add these integrations. And there's 3 specific ways we add integrations. The first of which I'll show you is to get rid of this alerts on top. I tap on alerts, and the first one says, hey, we have 7 Sonos devices that have been discovered for the Sonos that's here around my house. We actually do not need to log into that Sonos account. We've just scanned the Wi-Fi. So I tap on those 7 Sonos, and here they are. Here's what's populated. And I can pick the ones I want to add individually into Brilliant, or I can just hit select all. So I'm going to hit select all and show you how quickly we can add these 7 pieces of Sonos into my Brilliant system. So I hit select all, and I'm hitting continue. And now it's saying, hey, this backyard Sonos, which room of Brilliant do you want to add it into? Well, my backyard Sonos, which is an amp, I want that to be in my backyard. Next, my garage Sonos, because play music in the garage, tie into my garage on Brilliant. The guest bathroom into the guest bathroom, great. My kitchen for where I'm at right now, here into the kitchen. My living room into the living room. My master bedroom into master bedroom. My move is actually in the guest room. And the office is naturally going to live in the office. As easy as that. Congratulations, we successfully added our Sonos devices into Brilliant. That was it. Notice my alert at the top is gone. I now have my music icon right here all lit up, and I can go into music, and this is the standard Sonos integration where we're able to pull all of the quote unquote my Sonos, which is the Sonos favorites. So within the Sonos application itself, make sure you've added songs or playlists or artists or radio stations into the my favorites. That's what'll populate here. So I'm here in the kitchen. I'm just going to go ahead and hit 80s Spotify, because who doesn't love some good 80s music? And let me go ahead and crank it up to make sure you can hear. As easy as that. And this integration that we've built in with Sonos is actually one of our deepest partnerships. If I go back to hit play, and I want to do this for a reason, turn it down, let me exit all the way out to my home screen. We actually have a little widget right here on front, and we can enable or disable this widget. So now I can quickly say, oh, I just got home. Here's my music. Let's crank it up. Turn it down. If I needed to group rooms, we can actually group rooms and do individual volume control. I hit on that kitchen, and notice at the bottom here, it says manage groups. I tap on manage groups. And just as in the Sonos app, you start with the room that you're in and add an additional room. I'm here in the kitchen, so I hit group. And let me go ahead and add garage, because that's actually at the other end over there, and hit save. So just as it groups the rooms together in the Sonos application, we're actually able to do that same thing here in the Brilliant control. Now I can see kitchen +1. If I go on back, I see group speakers. Fantastic. My kitchen Sonos, I can crank it up here. Or the garage, which you're probably not going to hear, but I hear distantly out there in the background. We're able to get that individual volume control, individual room control. And again, if I wanted to ungroup those, manage groups, edit, I have the kitchen and the garage checked off. We'll uncheck garage and hit save. And now that garage is going to be ungrouped, and now it's back to just playing within the kitchen. So we have that capability just as you naturally do in the Sonos application. Keep phones away, keep them in other rooms, let them charge, still get your complete access to what you want to do with smart technology. So I'll go ahead and pause the music, because we just showed you how to do that. That's the first integration. Really quickly, I showed you how to add it for Sonos, in that we didn't have to log into anything, but we have other integrations. When we first pulled this up, I had my Amazon Alexa, well, there she is down here. There's an exclamation point, because I haven't logged into it. So let's go ahead and log into it. We can do it one of 2 ways. I can go ahead and tap on right here. Oh, says, hey, do you want to enable your voice assistant? I need to log in. So yeah, I need to log in. Let's sign in with Amazon. And we're actually going to log in directly here on the screen. So I need to put in my email, which is, congratulations, you all now know my personal email, which is just my name, ryan.okimoto@gmail.com. AIL.com. I don't want you to see my password. I can't have that, as this is my actual account. So I am going to cover up the camera reel here quick. And I apologize. I do have a long, complicated password, as you all should. About halfway through. Letter. There we go. Okay, sign in, making sure it pops up. Nothing is there. Great. And now it's saying, hey, that was the right password, as is Amazon, and they do. Dual authentication just popped up here in my phone. Hey, I got that message. So here's my code. Let's go ahead and type this in. And because this is new each time, that's just fine. But it's saying 450-746. Sign in. And log into Amazon. Voila, we are now logged into our Amazon account directly onto our Brilliant control. So notice I do not need an additional dot or echo or tap or any of that stuff. It's built directly into Brilliant. And this is just making sure, hey, do you want to control your lights with the voice assistant? You have to enable that skill on Brilliant. So that's where you would go in, and it gives you these instructions. Use your Alexa app to find the Brilliant skill, okay? Gives you that little icon so you know what you're looking for. You go ahead into the Amazon app, you enable the skill under this account, great, and voila, now we're done. We've enabled Brilliant to be used with our voice assistant. So now if I unmute her real quick, Alexa, what's the weather today?
Right now in Pleasant Hill, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit with sun and haze.
Yep, it's a nice, lovely day here in the San Francisco Bay Area. You get the idea. But I'm going to go ahead and mute her. But all those things that you would normally do to be able to, ask for the weather, set a timer, what's my news update, you can do directly through your Brilliant control right here. So no need to have that power cord sticking out, no need to have that dot, echo, or tap or anything else. Let it just naturally be the Brilliant control right here, and you're off and running. So we've able to enable the voice assistant where I physically logged in here. Additionally, Sonos was automatically found. The last integration I want to show you how to add, and we're actually going to go one of two places. You can go to add device here on bottom, or if you tap your settings wheel on the upper right, you can scroll down to your Works with Brilliant. I tap on that. I'm going to add my Ecobee integration because I have an Ecobee smart thermostat. And notice it says there's 0 online that are configured, 0 online unconfigured, and 0 offline. So what do we need to do? We need to add devices. So I tap add devices, and it's going to go ahead and say right here, enable Brilliant to access your Ecobee thermostat by logging in. Okay, let's hit continue right now. And what it's saying, it says, hey, please check for your email and follow the instructions on your device. So I actually just got, let me stand up to show this a little bit easier, a notification on my phone that says, hey, Brilliant customer support, connect your Ecobee account. So now I'm doing it on my phone. And it says, great, hey, Ryan, please follow the link below to connect your Ecobee account to your home Brilliant. So I tap on that link. Let's go ahead and open it in Safari because I'm a Safari person. Have to put in my Ecobee email and password. So I'm just going to do my Face ID real quick for my email and password and sign in, and look at that. Instantaneously, we found it on Brilliant. Continue. So now, just as we did before with the Wi-Fi and Sonos, hey, it scanned the Wi-Fi and there's my Ecobee that's already been set up and connected. So I add that Ecobee and hit continue. And where do I want that to live? Which room on Brilliant? Well, that's close to me in the living room. So I'll just add it to living room and hit finish. And voila, just like that, now my Ecobee is online and configured. If I back on out of here, now I have climate. Climate is right there. I can tap on climate and say, yep, there's my Ecobee integration. It's currently 76. And my parameters, it'll start to cool the house once it hits 79, and it would start to heat it at 65. Quick, easy, simple. So that's how easily we can add integrations. Just make sure you read what it's telling you on the screen, and that would dictate what you need to do. So let's go in a little bit deeper into some of the settings. So if I tap my settings wheel on the upper right, we'll just kind of go down the list here. We'll start with control at the top. If I tap on control, I'm here in the kitchen. Where am I? Location, it is in the kitchen. And video access, I can actually view the privacy settings because we do have a camera that's built in on here. So if I hit view privacy settings, oh, yep, I have my special code that need access to. So let me cover it up, and that's my special code to get in, my 4-digit code. And I can actually go into remote video access is what this says, or configuration locks. If I tap on remote video access, this simply says verified users may remotely access video and audio, so the camera and the microphone on here, on the following Brilliant devices: the kitchen, the front door, the master bathroom. This plays into effect if you have one of these Brilliants in, say, maybe a sensitive area. In a bathroom, maybe you don't want that camera to be accessed in the master bathroom that's on a Brilliant. I can uncheck that. So bedrooms, bathrooms, sensitive areas where you do have a Brilliant control, if you uncheck that, there's no way we can access that camera. And now you can feel safe and secure that, yep, I know there's a camera on there. I don't have to worry about it. Additionally, there's a physical shutter, a little plastic device. I'm gonna pull it forward. You might not be able to tell, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the flashlight. Maybe you can see it a little bit better right there. Yeah, if I use my thumb, open it up, now you can see the camera, close it up, now it's closed. So there's always this physical shutter option to let you know, like, oh, hey, that physical shutter is closed. Now, even if the camera was turned on, it's not gonna see anything because the shutter's closed. So that extra level of privacy and security we absolutely build into Brilliant. For me, I like to let the wife know, hey, dinner's ready, and I use that little two-way intercom, and we'll show you that in a little bit. So I leave the remote video access up for all of them. Additionally, configuration lock, if I went into here, home settings. So if you were maybe putting this, if you are a builder and you happen to be on this in a model home, now if I enable the home settings lock, you need that 4-digit code to access any of the advanced features. You'd of course still be able to turn the lights on and off just by tapping there on the side, but any of the configuration, any of that integration adding, we're doing that right here. Additionally, child lock. So this would be specific to only this control. So if I have, if I want to put one of these in a living room that I don't want my child to, continually mess with, I just enable the child lock. Great, I turn that on, and now it would take that parental 4-digit code that we know to grant access into the Brilliant. No children here, so we'll leave that off and we don't have to worry about that. But note that those child lock for individual Brilliant control or an entire house with multiple Brilliants, not a problem. So that's simply control. For light, now that's actually the lighting loads that are directly tied to Brilliant. Because we replaced the light switch, we have connected our lighting loads, our lighting load 1 and lighting load 2. So for me, that's my kitchen light and my sink lights. That's the left and right over here. If I want to, I can reconfigure it. If I maybe switch bulbs or something like that, I can edit the name, edit the location and all that. Really basic and simple. If I go back out here, I can go to my home screen, and I mentioned those 4 tiles. So this is where we get really cheeky in what we can do and how we can really personalize the experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and back out though before we delve deeper into home screen. And you can see I've pre-populated these scenes of good night, Sasha, game night, and I left one open. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down here on the bottom and go to my scenes. And we're gonna show you how scenes work. This is the magic of what Brilliant can do. The defaults are all lights on and all lights off, but I have these ones. I'm gonna build one up from scratch. So I'm gonna hit create new scene here on bottom. When I hit create new scene, let's build this from the start. So I'm gonna press the pencil icon. Let's pick the coffee one right here and hit save icon. I'm gonna tap on the name and let's name this coffee, C-O-F-F-E-E, and hit save. And now we need to tell this scene what to do. So we've given it the coffee icon, we've named it coffee. Let's add a new action. When I press add a new action, we're now finding, or I should say we're picking the room that we're in, picking the device, and then telling that device what to do. So what do I want my first device to be? Well, it could be the front porch, the garage, the guest bathroom. I'm here in the kitchen, so I want it to be the kitchen. So I'm here in the kitchen, hit apply. Which device here in the kitchen? Well, here's all the devices that are tied into my kitchen. I want my kitchen light to turn on so you can see it. Let's hit apply. What we'll do, will it toggle to? Yep, toggle to on or off. Well, I want my light to toggle on so you can see it. And we've added that action. And this little exclamation, or I should say check mark, is just saying this scene is compatible with voice. So after we save it, we'll be able to use voice to activate this coffee scene. Great. So we added a light, but I need more to happen. I want more than just a light to turn on. So I add another action. I'm here in the kitchen. That's correct. Which device? Well, let's get some music going. My kitchen Sonos. Hit apply. What will it do? Will it play or pause? I want it to play. Apply that action. Pick the music. So this is again pulling from that Sonos favorite. Let's go with 70s Spotify this time. Hit apply. And whoop, there we go. User error, apply. You scroll down. There we go. And at what volume I want you to hear it. So we're going to crank this up here. How about 60? That's a good volume. Add that action. So now that coffee scene will again turn on a light, play music, and so on and so forth. And you can add as many actions as you want. Devices don't even have to be in this room. It could be on the other side of the house. We can unlock a door. We can turn on a lamp. We can open a garage door. We can, whatever you want, whatever connected devices we have, we can tie those actions into the scene. Additionally, before we create this scene, notice there's an option for automation. Let me go ahead and hit set time, which means we can program this to happen automatically whenever we want. So if I were to pick the time, let's say we started this at 11, so let's have it be noon right here. That'd be perfect. So music is going to play and the light's going to turn on at noon. That's going to cue to me, hey, it's been the hour that we promised you here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. What days of the week? I'm actually going to uncheck Saturday and Sunday. So this would only happen during the week, Monday to Friday. And then do I want that to happen all year or only during selected dates? Yeah, what the heck, all year. And hit save and create scene. So there's my coffee scene right there. We just created coffee. Additionally, I got a little notification on my phone that says to control it, say, Alexa, turn on scene coffee. So what the heck, let's give that a shot. Alexa, turn on scene coffee.
Okay.
My light turned on. And I can hear the music playing. Give it a second. More Than a Feeling by Boston. Easy peasy. Just like that. Additionally, on my phone, even though we just created that scene here on the control, on my phone in the Brilliant application, I can go into scenes and there's coffee. There's that scene. Let me turn off the light and I can activate it from my phone. Press coffee, light turned on, says coffee scene activated, and notice my music started to play again. So they're all working seamlessly together, cohesively as one. Whether it's a Brilliant control, whether it's the application, whether it's another Brilliant control inside of the house. So even though I just made that coffee scene on here, that coffee scene will be able to live on all of the Brilliant controls. So I don't have to make it over and over again. Now, let's say I like that coffee scene so much, I have that shortcut tile, I press that shortcut, there it is, coffee. Great, now coffee is right there. And one last time, just because we can, light turned on, and my music is playing once more. Get back to my widget, just like that. So quick, simple, and easy. Create as many scenes as you want. Customize this however you like. If we wanted to get rid of a scene, that's no problem. Or get rid of that tile, I can go back to my settings in my home screen. Maybe I don't want coffee there. I press the pencil, I press the garbage can, now it's gone. And just like that, from my home screen, it's gone. So again, customize this. This can be whatever you like on here. These four don't have to be the same as on another Brilliant control, as I'll show you on another one. It's really whatever you need it to be, and it just makes sense. So we'll go ahead and continue on. If I hit my settings wheel, we did a home screen, I can go down to display and just some general things. I can crank up the brightness on here. I'm going to keep it pretty dim. And display options. Oh, this is great. Display is off unless touched or motion, or display is on all the time. So when we started this up and we went back here to this main screen, you saw this on. This does not have to be on 100% of the time because that would be wasting energy, something you don't need. The way I like to have it is this screen is off unless motion is detected. So let's show you how to control that. If I go back into my settings, we want to go down to here to our motion control. So for motion on the display, that's this first one, that's the display, that says devices. Display that says turn the display on when motion is detected and turn the display off after no motion is detected for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 30 minutes, 1 minute. Apply. That way we're saving energy. That's a nice way to go about it. I love having that. And that's for the display. Now for devices, well, we can see I have the kitchen light tied in to turn on with motion. Well, why isn't it turning on right now? I'm waving my hand, there's motion here. Why isn't it turning on? Because we can set it for certain hours of the day. So options, turn motion on when motion is detected, turn motion off after no motion is detected for 10 minutes for the devices. But here we go. Apply the device motion settings all the time or only during certain hours? Well, I don't need motion to turn lights on here in the kitchen during the day because it's the day. Watch this. If I hit all the time, let's see if it's going to pick it up right away. There it goes. And now it's going to be turning on because motion's detected right now. Again, it's the middle of the day. Only during certain hours for me. I have that set to 7:31 at night to 5:01 in the morning. This light will turn on here in the kitchen when motion is detected, and that light would turn off after no motion is detected for 10 minutes. So you can, again, tie in more devices. It doesn't have to be just the kitchen light. I can add a new device, and this is all the connected lights, whether it be a lighting load that's directly wired into Brilliant or a smart bulb. In this case, I have a corner lamp that's tied in through my LifeX bulb. I can have whatever I want across the whole house, across any room, tied into the motion on this Brilliant. So if I had maybe a smart bulb in the backyard that I want to turn on when motion is detected here at night, you can absolutely do that. Add as many devices as you want. Just know that it would be applied to this specific motion on this Brilliant. Ooh, I don't want the ensuite lights. That's all the way on the other side of the house. Let me get rid of that one, and so on and so forth. So let your ideas kind of run. If I want a hallway light to turn on, if I want a corner lamp to turn on, we can actually do that depending on the motion. So think about where the Brilliant controls are going in the house. Think about when motion is happening near that, what lights would you want to turn on? Maybe it's a bathroom light, maybe it's a hallway light. Whatever you need, you can mix and match and customize to have that automation happen, have that magic happen. And how many times do children leave devices on? All the time. With this, you can now make sure, hey, when no motion is detected, let's turn those lights off. So you can have that peace of mind for energy saving. Even if you left the house and the kids say, crap, I did leave the lights on, you don't have to worry about it. Those lights can automatically turn off, just built into our settings because of the motion detection that's built into Brilliant. So absolutely love that feature. That's tied here into motion. And then of course you can tie it into display as well. Sliders, that's these two right here. If I tap on sliders, we actually have a little bit of capability. Majority of the time you're gonna have it so these are directly wired to the lighting loads. Well, yeah, my kitchen light right here, I want that lighted. And my second is to my sink light. But let's say, for example, this was maybe going to a power outlet or something else and it's always on. This can actually be considered a free slider and we can configure this to do something else. So control a device. I'm here in the kitchen. Well, what other devices are here in the kitchen? My kitchen Sonos. Let's hit apply. So now this right slider can actually control the volume of my Sonos. Let's go ahead and test this out. Let me go ahead and go back. Let me go to my music. And let's pick not 70s, not 80s. Let's go with best of Guster because we love ourselves some Guster in this household here in the kitchen. You hear it going? Turn it down. We also built it so I can't crank that all the way up and blow the Sonos speaker either. So now my slider is controlling the Sonos volume. Pretty sleek and clean. So if there are outlets or areas where you're replacing the wiring and there's nothing there, or it's going to maybe a smart bulb that's going to be left on all the time, or it's going to, I know in my house, in the living room Brilliant control, it's controlling a power outlet. So I need that power outlet to be on all the time. So it's set to always on Brilliant. Well, then if it's always on, what am I doing with the slider? It's free. I can have that slider do whatever I want to do. So again, however the house is wired, we have a solution for it. So let me go ahead and back out of there, go back into the settings because I do want my right slider to still control my kitchen light. So I go back to 2. It's not controlling the kitchen Sonos, it's controlling the sink light. Apply. And now when I tap this, my sink light's on, my sink light's off, just like that. Quick, simple, and easy. Gestures, I mentioned before the 1 and 2 finger capabilities, that's just turned on right here. That single finger for the one light, I can pick which light that is. And again, that can be any light anywhere in the house that's connected light. So that means, again, wired into Brilliant or one of our smart bulb integrations. But I definitely wanted to still be the kitchen light here in the kitchen. And then the 2 fingers, like I mentioned, would be all the lights in the room, not just the 2 lighting loads that are on there. Quick, simple, and easy. We did gestures, we did motion. Connectivity is just saying, hey, make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi network, and if you wanted to check for updates, you could. I have audio on here, so the media volume and the alert volume. Alerts would be, if there's someone ringing you with the intercom feature, that's how loud that would be. Media volume, again, just the volume for any of the microphones that's going to be working with other products that we work with. Works with Brilliant. This is the full gamut of all of our partners. So I showed you how I logged into Sonos, how I logged into Amazon, how I logged into Ecobee. If you had other partners or integration partners for products inside your home, this is where it would live. So if you had, what do I not have here? I don't have TP-Link Casa. If I had some of those smart plugs, it would, again, guide you through that process of what you needed to do. If you had a Honeywell thermostat, great, you'd add those devices and it would walk you through what you need to do. So that's the full list of integration partners right there. You would just log into it with your account once it's already all been set up. Privacy, again, hide my code from you, just in case you're a friend and I have you over here. The remote video access and configuration lock, I believe. Oh, we did that one already. My apologies. Go down here to advanced, just some other things, remote assistance. So this is just saying if I needed to contact support, they'd be able to help me out, and little pieces like that. So that's going into the advanced settings. Now I want to show you how a lot of these integrations work together. So what I'm going to do is first up, I'm going to show you the intercom feature. So I'm going to take off my lapel mic that I have right here. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this just fine. I'm going to put this as close as I can. And I'm going to go to the Brilliant control in the living room and intercom this Brilliant control. And what you're going to see happen is a red light is going to come on over here saying that this camera is being accessed, and it's push to talk. So I'm going to, from that Brilliant control, push to talk, and you'll hear that audio come out of here. So think of this situation as, hey kids, the dinner's ready, come on down, or hey, I'm gonna be up in 5 minutes, you better be in bed, or the guests are here, whatever it may be. This is the intercom systems of days past, and there's two ways to go about it. You can either do, if I go down here on bottom to intercom, I can do a whole home broadcast, which is just the audio going to all of them, or I can do a direct video one-to-one chat. So I'm going to do that direct video one-to-one, not the audio, but the video as well. So I'm going to hit that camera and you'll see me pop up on there from the living room. 1 second, or the front door. I just hit accept on this control. Now I'm holding to talk, and just like this is the whole home, or I should say two-way video chat. So hold the talk. If I let, now you can't hear anything. Now you can't, because it's hold the talk. So quick and easy, and then when you're done, I press the hang up button, and I'm gonna hang up and come on back. There you go. I could hear it going, so hopefully you heard it just fine. I'm gonna throw my lapel mic back on, but that's the intercom, quick, simple, and easy. Now some other fun ones that I do want to show you. I'm gonna take you over to where I just was. So here in the house, notice I have another Brilliant control right next to the front door. See the different photos. I have, she was a sleepy puppers right there. But I have my Brilliant control right here at the front door. I have my Schlage Encode Wi-Fi smart lock. And I also have a Ring video doorbell 2. There we go. Sorry, tough to see with the light. So I'm going to press this one. This is the battery one. There we go. We heard it. We see it's going. Bring the laptop back in. Close my door. And what's going to happen right here on the screen? There we go. I can say, hey, I can do this from all of them. Notice I can hold a talk to have that two-way conversation, or I can even lock the door if I don't like the person. I press lock. And just like that, my door locks. And if I am quick, I can run back here to the kitchen, and you can see it also popped up on here. And now I can even choose to unlock the door as well. So we build all those integrations directly in together. The lock integration, it doesn't have to be the Schlage Encode. It could be any of your smart Wi-Fi locks. If you're an August fan, great, not a problem. Yale fan, great, not a problem. We work with them as well. And it doesn't matter which smart lock you have, when that Ring video doorbell goes, that partner integration would let us unlock the door while looking at it, or lock the door. So we built that integration within an integration, a little inception action going with what we can do. Digging into that Ring partnership, if I go into cameras on Brilliant, I can actually live view any of my Brilliant controls or any of my Rings. So I have the Ring video doorbell, kitchen, master bathroom, the Sasha cam, the dog cam. So this is a Ring camera. It's a stick-up cam, pop-up cam, battery one. I forget which one. I think just stick-up cam. So now this is actually contacting the Ring servers, and there we go. That's where I quickly shuffled on through. If I wave my arm, I'm sitting down here in the kitchen. Yeah, you can just barely see it moving around right there. So nice that you can be anywhere in the house and check in on these. Note that we can do that from the Brilliant control. We can look into the cameras. From the Brilliant application, we cannot look into the Ring cameras. We can only look into the Brilliant cameras. Hopefully that integration opens up a little bit further down the line. But again, from the Brilliant application, we can only live view the Brilliant cameras, not the Ring cameras. Whereas on the Brilliant device, that's where we can live view those Ring cameras. Other integrations that we have built in, if I go to access, there's that same front door, but we also have garage doors. So if I go ahead and it's closed, if I hit open, now I can walk you on over to the garage. And should be popping up right here. And voila, we have it open. Hooray, and it all opens up. I'm gonna get you out of there before, of course, it goes bad. I don't need you to see how messy the garage is, and so on and so forth. And again, now we can see on here, hey, that garage door is open. If I want to close it, I'd hit close, and the same thing. Now I can go on back, and the garage door would be closing. So I don't want you to see how bad that looks. We're gonna leave it right there and go on back. Just all different things that you can do with Brilliant. Additionally, now I want to show you the capabilities on the phone. So let me go ahead and open up my Brilliant application. This is going to be a little bit trickier. There we go. But we have 4 different main areas on bottom. We have the scenes, and there's that coffee scene that we created. I tap on rooms. These are all the rooms that I have on Brilliant. So if we're going to go into garage, I can see I have lights, I have garage door, I have music in the garage. If I were to go into my kitchen right here in the kitchen light, let me turn the kitchen light on, kitchen light off, and that's pretty much instantaneous. All right there, the sink light on, sink light off. We're able to do all of that. On bottom, devices. So if I want to jump to a specific device, if I want to jump to my thermostat, I can jump over to it. Want to jump to music, I can jump over to music. I can do all of that. And most important part, photos. If I tap here on photos, we can say I have the kitchen, the shared library. If I wanted to upload any photos, I'd tap upload photos, goes into the camera roll, and this is live from my camera. This is a cool shot right here. I select that one and press done. And now I can even edit this photo if I want. I can zoom in, zoom out. We'll leave it right there, fully zoomed out, just because it's a cool shot. And on the upper right, I hit upload. It's uploading that one photo. And just as it may take a few minutes to appear under Brilliant Control that are online, we have 9 custom photos remaining, because again, we can hold up to 50 photos, and there's that photo right there that we just uploaded. If I can go into kitchen, I can see all the different photos that I can choose. So if I want to get, well, there's the wife on a horse, there's sleepy dog, there's happy puppy, there's some cornhole, and so on. Oh, it's already on back up. So there she is on the horse. And again, the shared library, that's for the master bathroom and the front door. I'm here in the kitchen, different photos for different Brilliant controls. And we have some stock photos of animals, some featured photos, some nature ones, some still art. But again, this just shines when you use it for your personal photos. It just brings the magic to life of what Brilliant can do inside of the house. So let's see here. We did all that with the application. We created some scenes, showed you some automation, used some voice, uploaded photos, seeing the Wi-Fi connectivity, adjusted the tiles, did the intercom. I mean, we can even set alarms on here. So we can go ahead and set a new alarm and say, hey, we just want to go test, T-E-S-T. There we go, hand-eye coordination, hit save. Pick a day and time. Well, we already know we have the coffee scene going off at noon. So let's say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, apply. What do I want it to do, or which days of the week? Maybe it's a weekend one. So make sure I'm not napping on the weekend all year. And now the alarm would set here specifically on Brilliant. Successfully set an alarm. Okay, easy as that. So now if you had one of these in a room, we need to make sure people were up. We want to make sure we're doing what we need to be doing. That's obviously built in. I'm going to forget about this alarm, so let me go ahead and hit the settings. Scroll on down and delete that alarm, because I don't want this giving me an alarm at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the weekends. But it's really as easy as that, everybody. That's a live demo of the Brilliant Control. We pretty much tackled everything that you could possibly want to see on here. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my normal seat. And I know some questions have been popping up. I hope we've been able to answer some of them as we've progressed through the presentation here, as you've gotten the live demo inside of the house. Turn up the brightness so I can see. And let's go ahead and tackle some of those questions. Oh my gosh, looks like our question person, Mia Sapienza from here, has helped out a bunch. Thank you so much, as I'm only seeing a few of them in here. Let's see, can I integrate with Lutron Radio Raw 2? Right now, the only Lutron integration we have is going to be with their Caseta system, and it does require the SmartThings hub and the SmartThings integration. I hope down the line we do work with Radio Raw 2 and all those others, but for right now, that is strictly a Lutron Caseta option for that whole house lighting. Additionally, if you are thinking of using Brilliant for a whole home lighting solution, not only do we have our Brilliant controls, we also have a Brilliant Smart Dimmer switch, which is available now. That is actually, I have one that is here in the garage. I got it right there, my Brilliant Smart Dimmer, not a problem. And then we also have smart plugs, which I'm currently still beta testing. Got one here in the kitchen. But we can absolutely round out a whole home lighting solution. Think of, we know that you don't need a Brilliant control in every single location. Average number of homes has about 52, I think, light switches in it. So that's where our Brilliant Smart Dimmer switch would be able to fill those needs for the other ones. I would have loved to put it right there, but unfortunately this house was built in 1951. And for Brilliant, you do need a neutral wire, and that did not become a standard until about 1981 or 82, I believe. So that just means this house needs, I need to redo the electrical here for another day. But once I get a neutral wire in that location, you can sure as heck expect to see some Brilliance right there. Let's see here. I'm already using Home Seer. Can Brilliant and Home Seer work together? I'm not familiar with Home Seer, so my bet would be no. That being said, I would like to say if there is an integration that we don't have and you'd like to see, or a feature that we don't have and you'd like to see, you can actually go to our support site, which is support.brilliant.tech. And on the bottom, there's a spot that says, or excuse me, on the top it says request a feature. You can click on that and send us an email. And that is, we really do read that. If everybody is requesting that thing, that one thing or that one feature, that's going to push us to maybe make that a priority in our software and programming, because we provide software updates about every 2 weeks. Usually it's something small like squashing a bug, but very often we'll also, hey, it's a new feature that's been added, or we've improved an integration or completely added a new integration as well. So keep telling us what you'd like to see. Coming up soon, we showed it off at CEDIA last year. I believe it was CEDIA last year. We're going to have shade integrations coming in. We just did a Genie integration for the garage door opener, which is fantastic because that was a big request coming from you. So again, let us know. It does not fall on deaf ears. We read it. It's important, and we want to make sure we're building Brilliant to be the best product that it can be for you. Let's see, can you control devices connected to Alexa and not Brilliant? Yes. I mean, if I have my other voice assistant on. So you can talk to the voice assistant within Brilliant and have her control any of your other, Amazon devices that are connected to Amazon. Again, as long as you've downloaded those appropriate skills, it can absolutely control it. So you don't have to have Brilliant. That voice technology that Amazon uses, let's say you did have, a dot, an echo, and a tap across your house. Just as when you talk to her and only one of them responds, that same thing is built into Brilliant. So even if you did have a Brilliant, great, not a problem. Control Brilliant, control the other devices as well that are not Brilliant. It does not matter. So if you need to pause the music, lock a door, turn on a light, all that stuff is absolutely possible. Let's see here. My queue. Again, no, if you wanted to see the full list of integration partners, you can actually go to brilliant.tech and click on the Works With page or Works With tab. When you click on Works With, not only will you see all the individual partners we have, if you click on that, you can look into what that integration is, how to set it up, what it actually does, and it can hyperlink you to our support page with any extra instructions that you might need. Chamberlain garage door integration right now, no, but what's nice about the Genie integration is that it works with the Aladdin Connect. That's what I have. And the Aladdin Connect is simply a device that attaches to the wiring. Forgive me for not using the proper nomenclature within the garage door industry, but the button, that's right, that I would normally press right there. I've wired the Genie Aladdin Connect. That piece has the Wi-Fi built in, and it can now make any traditional garage door opener built after, I want to say 1983. Again, if somebody from Genie is on, correct me if I'm wrong, but as long as your garage door has the sensors at the bottom to see if to make sure nothing is blocking, it can attach to any of those. So it doesn't have to be a Genie brand garage door opener. It can be a Chamberlain. It can be, insert company here. that Genie's Aladdin Connect is like what makes it a smart device. Just like a smart plug, you plug something into it. Now that can be connected from afar and turn it on and off. Kind of the same type of idea, but now with garage door openers. You put the Genie Aladdin Connect on the wall or attach it to the main chain, the engine piece, and voila, you're off and running. Now you have a smart garage door. For garages, yep. Brilliant. Have any thoughts on 5G compatibility? 5G, and this is me coming from the background. Before I've been with Brilliant a little more than a year now. Before this, I worked in the Wi-Fi space. 5G is obviously fantastic. It's gonna be killer speeds to those devices. I think the one thing that's still limiting with 5G is a system tied in together, and that's what a Wi-Fi network enables us to do, is look into that closed system of what's on this network. Obviously with Wi-Fi, then we're not using cellular data of that phone, but we need to make sure we're communicating all on that same network, which is why Brilliant connects over Wi-Fi. Not to say we never put a chip in there, but I'd say for right now, I would not foresee that anytime soon. And devices are going to be on that home network because we're looking at the whole home as the picture. If we were to say strictly do 5G, well, how are we going to talk to this device that has 5G or that device that has 5G or so on and so forth? So devices do need to be on the Wi-Fi network. That's how we'll communicate with them appropriately. What would you need to start this type of system? It starts with a Brilliant control. Let me just grab one. Here we go. I have one right here. Could be as easy as this. This is all that you need. No extra gear, no extra hubs, no extra wires. As long as when you look behind the faceplate in there, as long as you have a neutral wire and a ground wire, you're good to go. So think about, where you'd want to put it in the home and how many light switches are on that wall. Are there 3 like I have right here? Is it 2 like I had in the kitchen? Is it 1, right at the front entrance? That would dictate which Brilliant control you get. And once you have one Brilliant control, you're off and running. You can add as many as you want. Obviously, once you get the second, you have the ability to do that intercom feature, which is great, but not necessary. Just note that, you do get a little extra once you add that second, that third, that fourth, yeah, now we're intercomming the house and having all those features and benefits. But once you have one, you're off and running. And then whatever smart technology that you want to integrate, you can always double check again on our Works With page, or just look at what you have. Check on the Brilliant, look on the Works With Brilliant on there and add your integrations in. Any plans to integrate with Ubiquiti Unify cameras for live feeds on Brilliant switches? Great question. I want to make it crystal clear. We are not a security system. We don't claim to be security. We don't directly partner with any security system either. The Ring integration that I showed you is just kind of the features that we have. We do not integrate, for example, with Ring security systems. So we can't see if there's door sensors, we can't see if those are open. We don't have the ability to put the 4-digit code or whatever their code is to activate or disactivate. So as far as working with maybe an Ubiquiti Unify camera system, I'm not going to say no, but at the same time, I don't have a timeline for you of when that would be. The only sort of capabilities that we'd have for security would be, I can tell you that through the voice assistant, we can turn on or turn off the Ring security system. So think about it this way. If there's anything that you would like Brilliant to work with that we don't yet have a partnership with, you can still control that device through voice on Brilliant. So let's say, for example, you're not a Sonos household, you're a Bose SoundTouch household or a Yamaha MusicCast household. Awesome, great products. Well, we don't have direct partnerships to see that on here to do those taps. I can still use my voice to talk to the voice assistant on here, and because those devices work with voice, you would still be able to control them. That's just one example I can give you. How about Insteon switches and controls? Same sort of thing. We don't have it right now, but again, please keep sending those requests. We may add it. Or is this possible now? And that was the follow-up from Ryan there. Nope, not possible now, unfortunately. Can you control your locks that are already connected to Ring? So those would have to be smart locks. So for me, Flag Encode is the Wi-Fi lock, which does not need a hub. August has a great new lock as well. It's, I think, 30% smaller than their original. That has Wi-Fi built in. Just note that certain locks have Wi-Fi built in and don't need a hub. Other locks do require a hub, and make sure you have that hub. And additionally, it may require a SmartThings account, and you might need that SmartThings hub as well. If you're unsure, again, go to our Works With page and click on that partner to see what you need, and that would dictate which lock. But when you ring the doorbell, whichever smart lock that you have, as long as it's tied in, we've logged into it in Brilliant, then it'll pop up on there for you to unlock the door. Can Alexa use the motion sensors for Alexa routines? Not right now, not the motion sensors. Our motion sensors on Brilliant are specifically tied to turning lights or plugs on or off in that room or anywhere across the house. Is there a limit to integrated devices? How many bulbs can be connected to this? There currently is no limit. So go buck wild. You have a big old house, you want smart bulbs and smart lights all over the place. 50 Brilliant smart dimmer switches, 4 Brilliant controls. It'll work just fine. You'll have them all there. Does it work with Eero Wi-Fi system? That is 100% yes, and I know that because one, that's what I have in my house here is an Eero Wi-Fi system, and two, that was actually my old employer was Eero. So very familiar with Wi-Fi networks. I definitely encourage you, as the Wi-Fi question came up right here, to look into mesh networks, whether it's consumer level with Eero, maybe Google Wi-Fi, Netgear Orbi, or maybe more commercial and premium, maybe the Luxel, Ruckuses, those premium access points. I really recommend that because Brilliant is a Wi-Fi connected device, this is going to act like any other Wi-Fi connected device. So let's say, for example, I'm just using the modem router combo that the cable company gave me, which is, it's fine, but it's on that side of the house over there. And I have 2,500 square feet, and I want to put a Brilliant all the way upstairs in the master, and that's the exact opposite side of the house. Well, the Wi-Fi, I don't care what you do, it's only going to be able to go through so many walls and only going to be able to go so far. So Brilliant will probably have some trouble connecting, but that's not just Brilliant. If you had a 4K TV up there, that's probably going to be buffering your Netflix. If you had a speaker up there, that music might come in a little bit choppy. And it's not the device's fault, it's the Wi-Fi network's fault. So if you fix the Wi-Fi, you're actually able to fix how all the other devices in the home work. So again, I very much recommend a mesh network. The way I explain mesh network in English is you're walking around the airport and it says free airport Wi-Fi wherever you go. It doesn't matter which terminal, which gate, it's all the same network name. That's the idea with a mesh network. It's like a team of routers working together inside of your home. So maybe it takes 2, maybe it takes 3, maybe it takes 4, depending on the size of the home. But now you'll always have great signal strength and you'll always get that throughput that you need to make sure devices work. So again, I highly recommend mesh networks. Please look into it if you're worried about coverage across the home. Will in the future they make panel look so plastic? Potentially, I am not sure on the plastic. I can tell you it does look very clean. We don't have just white. We do have other colors, black on black. I think there's 6 total colors. Check out the website if you want to learn more, and that's brilliant.tech. Any plans to stream RTSP security camera feeds like you do with Ring? Currently not right now, but again, if you need or you want to see certain integrations, support.brilliant.tech, let us know. Feature request, it's right there. Contact someone to start my account and order a test system for me to play with. Yeah, you can email sales@brilliant.tech. That'd be the best place to go. Additionally, you can go to our website, brilliant.tech, and there's an integrator or page, or if you're a builder page. You can click on that, sign up for requesting a demo or to speak with someone. One of our sales and account managers will be able to walk you through what you need to do, whether that's becoming a direct dealer through us or going through distribution to get your first piece. And if yes, would a hardwire unit act as a repeater? Oh, that's a continuation question. I'm not seeing how far back that's going. Apologies there. Without a hub, will it not work? So Brilliant does not require a hub. This is everything. So if I push up on my thumb from the bottom, 2-piece construction right here. So this is what's going to go into the gang box for the electrical. So all your wiring, you can see here on bottom, that N for neutral, C for common. On the side, I have the green screw for my ground wire. And on the top, I have my L1 and L2 because this will work in multi-way configurations. L2, that does say remove for 3-way circuits only. So you'd be generally wiring into L1, but all the brains and everything else built into these 2 pieces. So you do not need a hub for Brilliant to work. You have a Wi-Fi network, you're off and running. It's easy that. No extra gear, no extra hubs, no extra wires. Put this into, take off the faceplate, take out the old switches right there. So I'd remove that, put this in place, the 3 gang, because there's 3 light switches, this is only the 2 gang. Put the faceplate on, snap it down, locks into place. And that's it, you're off and running, easy as that. And with that, I'm not seeing any more questions and we are 5 minutes from the hour. Oh, nope, there's a couple more popped in here, I lied. How can I connect Philips Whiz Light. So we do have a Philips integration that just as I logged into, I showed you logging into Ecobee, Amazon, and Sonos. You go onto the Brilliant Control, go onto the Works With, and go onto Philips Hue. As for the Whiz Lights specifically, I want to double check. So I don't want to say yes or no for the Whiz Lights. I know those are their new lights that do not require a hub. Theoretically, those should work just fine, but I, again, want to double check and go onto our Works With page. I don't have any Philips Hue Whiz Lights yet, so I need to get that myself to try it out. But because it's Philips Hue, generally that software would run on the same integration. My bet is yes. Can Brilliant take the place of Lutron Caseta Hub? Essentially, yes, we can. If you already have Caseta lights, I mentioned before, you can work with, or Brilliant can work with Lutron Caseta so long as they have the SmartThings Hub and integration. But if you were looking to provide a different solution, maybe Caseta is not right for that person for whatever reason, yeah, Brilliant can be that replacement. Once you have one Brilliant control, you're off and running. You can do a combination of Brilliant controls and our smart dimmer switches, which can be across the house where you don't need a screen. Perfect. All right, no more questions now. If you do have any other questions, you can always reach out to me. Oki@brilliant.tech is my email. You can go onto our website, brilliant.tech, click on the Works With page, go to our support page, support.brilliant.tech. Tons of great information there, FAQs, how-to guides, support pages, videos, all of that stuff. But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I encourage you to check out all my past webinars on our Go-To Stage page. You'll get an email about 24 hours from now to watch a copy of this. But with that, thank you so much for joining. I hope you found this entertaining, engaging, and really gave you some peace of mind that the Brilliant Control really can do everything that it says we say it can do. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on future webinars. Take care. Be safe out there, everyone. Bye-bye.